Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And today is Super Bowl Sunday. So I'm doing things a little differently today, and happy to have you guys on the stream, by the way. Thank you, Spot the Magic Ninja. Hello, friends. Hello. And Hooded Ones here. I was getting worried. Well, I'll mention this in just a second while I greet everybody. Um, Hello, also Glenn Copeland is here. Great to have you all, and thanks for greeting each other while you were waiting for me to show up. So anyway, all right. So the reason why I'm late is a couple things. I had some issues with my down camera, but also I'm starting something brand new today, and many of you know I have not been happy on Twitch. So I'm actually going to do something on a new platform today. So after the football game's over, so I'm still going to try for 6 o'clock, but the game starts at 3:30, so it may not end till 6:30. But I'm going to try going onto Rumble. So rumble.com/brickanista. So what I was doing is getting that all set up, working on the stream pairing, etc. So I'm going to put it in the chat. So it's very similar to YouTube. It's um, it's a different platform, and it's something that several other groups have been using because they have been concerned about censorship on YouTube. So I'm not going to be doing political things on there. What I'm really doing is I want to take the time slot that I normally use for Twitch and use that on Rumble instead, so that I'm using another platform. So what I'm probably going to do on Twitch is I may upload things over there and I'm going to keep it active, but I'm probably not going to do live streams over on Twitch anymore. I'm not as comfortable with all the emotes. I'm not as comfortable with the raids. It seems like when I'm streaming, I stream for an hour and a half to 2.5 hours, and most of the streamers over there stream for like 4 to 6 hours. So it just seemed that it was a great start. It was a great way to kind of get started with the whole platform and to get started with streaming. But I'm much more comfortable with YouTube, and Rumble seems like a very similar platform. And interesting, you've never heard of Rumble. Okay, well, you can help me test it out this evening because it is compatible with StreamYard. And I will forewarn you though, when you go into Rumble and you just kind of browse some of the other content that's over there, there's a lot of different political messages over there. There are a few Lego streamers though. I was really, there's one guy I've been following now. His name is Brick Science. And I was watching one of his videos where he was showing how to make a a can dispenser or a soda dispenser from a regular refrigerator. It was pretty cool. So I think that it might be something to try. So um, did hear good things about Rumble. Okay, good, good. It's fairly new for me, but the other reason why I wanted to try Rumble is I mentioned about a year ago that I wanted to try out locals.com as an alternative platform to Patreon, where I could put blogs and other things over there. And I signed up for the account back in October of 2021. So more than a year later, I'm really thinking that what's nice about this is that you can stream on YouTube and Rumble at the same time. And I'm kind of using Russell Brand as kind of a model. I don't agree with all the things that he says, but the way he's streaming is that he'll stream for a short time on YouTube, so say half an hour, and then he'll say, okay, if you want to hear more, go over to Rumble. So what probably is going to happen this evening is 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock, whenever the football game is over. So I will tell you, we won't do this until the Super Bowl's over. Is that I'll probably start a short co-stream on YouTube and Rumble, and that's to really to inform people who follow me on YouTube that hey, I'm starting to do Sundays on Rumble, and then move over to Rumble, and then continue with the conversation over on the Rumble side. So that's the plan. So just if you see me show up on YouTube, that'll still happen on Sundays, but it'll be a much shorter time. And like I said, the biggest problems that I've had on Twitch is that the platform is great for people who are entertainers, for people who like to dress up in things, for people who like to eat, strange things and do games, but that's just not me. So I'm glad you heard some good things about Rumble, because that's what I'm planning to do. And go Russell. Oh, you like Russell Brand. Okay. Well, since we're talking about Russell Brand, I what I like about him is that he gives an alternative perspective from what a lot of the mainstream media is showing. Now, a lot of people think of him as a conspiracy theorist, and some of you may agree with that. What I find him incredibly funny, and he also brings up issues that I had not been following. Like, I had not been following the Hunter Biden laptop scandal. So I last night I started watching the C-SPAN review, or the hearings, the oversight committee hearings, and it was fascinating just watching how all of these politicians are positioning themselves, and these four former Twitter executives were testifying, and Elon Musk has apparently given over some files now that he owns Twitter. So it's been mind blowing. And I've just thought, there have been times where I've questioned the narrative. I mean, we've talked about this before, about the whole COVID vaccines, for example, that I personally, I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I said I'm waiting for Novavax. And I wasn't able to go to a convention unless I was vaccinated. So I got the J&J vaccine instead of the mRNA vaccines. So it's interesting going over there. We'll see how it goes. So, and so is he a Lego channel? Yes, yes. It's go to rumble.com/brickscience, and you'll see that it's actually interesting. He looks like a really young kid. He looks like he's probably similar to Ethan the Artisan, but there's a handful of Lego streamers over there. And I figured, I'm gonna see if I can catch this wave and see what it's like. And I've already kind of built the infrastructure because I started a locals.com account. So yeah. And oh Lord, the GOP just can't let go of Gunter's laptop. I roll. Well, and I will say, if you watch it for entertainment value, it's actually kind of funny. I mean, it's sad but funny in a way, because you see these politicians, you know, jockeying for position, and then they'll put up this big poster with, this is a tweet that was from so and so, and this is what happened, and you deleted that. But there's another tweet that was from this other group, and you let that go. So, it, like I said, if you look at it from kind of comedy value in a sad way, then it is kind of interesting to watch. But yeah, it is interesting about the Hunter Biden thing. But I wasn't, honestly, I hadn't been following that story. So when Russell Brand was talking about it, and I was going, wow, okay, I'm glad that somebody mentioned it. So it gave me an opportunity to start looking. So yeah. But anyway, sad real life comedy. Yes, that's exactly what it's. What is the word I'm looking for? It's almost like truth is stranger than fiction. When you see what's playing out in the political arena, and the part that really struck me as kind of cruel and unusual was Marjorie Taylor Greene, who went after one of the Twitter executives. And not only that, she actually said, I am so glad that all of you lost your jobs. I was like, whoa, whoa. I was like, geez. But she went after this one particular guy. And I felt this is when you feel bad for somebody, because he can't speak back to defend himself. He just has to listen for 5 minutes while she continues on. And several of the other Congress people apologized for her behavior, but it was just like, wow, it doesn't make me want to testify in front of Congress. It's like, way back when you were in college and you wrote a dissertation, you said this. And I was like, whoa, that's like going back several decades. Yeah. But anyway, and regular media also. Yeah, exactly. It makes you question that. And yeah, DG can DIAF. Yes. Yes. And like I said, if you watch it from kind of like a comedy value, just to see how they play their position, and, and AOC was also, questioning things and talking about how this is all a circus and we're talking about this when we should be talking about healthcare. We should be talking about this. And, when you go back, I'm not big into politics, so I don't want to go down this too far, but I just want to say that I'm an independent. I'm a registered independent, and I'm glad of that. Very proud of that, because I just see both sides, and I just think I don't really feel like I fit in either one. So anyway, uh, yeah, Magic the Gathering. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene is now Magic the Gathering, the game. Yeah, that would be actually hilarious if, Wizards of the Coast is right here in Seattle. If they put MTG with Marjorie Taylor Greene's face like on the back of a card, MTG with MTG. Anyway, or you probably couldn't use her likeness without her suing you, so they probably would have to put a caricature or something of her, a cartoon character. Anyway, that's hilarious. So anyway, bottom line is, and maybe what I should do, let me see if I can put this graphic up. I was just working on the schedule, and like I said, that's part of the reason why I was delayed. So thank you for your patience on that. But I wanted to share with you the new schedule that I was working on, and I was looking at the clock. I said, "Oh, I gotta go live soon." So anyway, but you guys are awesome. You're just really great to hang out with, and I'm grateful. I'm really grateful. So okay, here, let me put this graphic up, and I don't think it'll mute my microphone when this is up. And okay, so you can hear me, I'm assuming, if you can, in the chat. So this is what I was working on just prior to the stream. So as I mentioned, I'm not going to be doing Twitch. I'm going to be doing Rumble instead. And today, and I'm still going to shoot for this time frame. So I know this doesn't work for you, Hooded One, but so 1 o'clock special program. So today I'm going to work on the gift with purchase. And then I'm going to get off of Twitch and move on to Rumble instead. And we're going to do that test today. We'll see how that goes. Builder Insights. So we have our 6 o'clock normal time on Tuesdays, but what we're probably not going to be doing one tomorrow, this Tuesday, because it's Valentine's Day. Is that Director Naomi? Yes, actually, there's a story behind that. I will tell you that in a second. Thrifty Thursday, 8 o'clock, the new time as usual. And then for February, there's no challenges this month. So what I'm going to work on, I did one of these for January, and I need to be on top of it to do one for every month. So then that way, you know my schedule. You've adapted very well because you're all here. So I appreciate that. But that is what we're working on, and I really appreciate you all being so flexible. And it sounds like you're excited about Rumble, that it's a new platform you want to check out. So I'm happy about that. So thank you. Thank you. That's what I was working on prior to the stream and getting ready for this. And so today we are going to do this gift with purchase. And this one is very, very sweet. If you did not get this, this was a gift with purchase during the Lunar New Year sets. And Lunar New Year was, I think, January, I want to say the 22nd through February 5th. So it's beyond that, but I was very fortunate. Somebody, I think it was an $85 purchase that you had to have, and I was able to secure one. So this one, if you get it secondhand, it's usually $20, something like that. So it would count for Thrifty Thursday, but I just kind of wanted to do this today because it's the Year of the Rabbit. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Super, super excited. So let's see. Let me get my down camera going here. And there we go. So isn't that adorable? And I made the other rabbit. Let me see. I think it's behind me. Yeah. This is the other rabbit. And you probably remember I was super excited about the mouth. I think the mouth on this one and the nose is actually cuter, possibly, than this one. But it's just nice that every year they come out with these. And I'm super excited about this because I have the rat, the ox, and the tiger. So I definitely needed to get one of these. It's very important. You have the big one as far as the rabbit. Oh, the big rabbit, the one that that's with the parade. Is that the one with the parade? Is that the one you're talking about? You went to the Lego store today for your birthday. You got the Frozen Castle. Happy birthday. And you're spending your birthday here? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Spot the Magic Ninja. Happy birthday to you. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. You're going to do a sort along. Yeah, sort along is great. That sounds fine. And, oh, Debo's here. You might do a build along. Do you have this, Debo? That would be great. And Debo, you and I need to chat. You had mentioned you wanted to do another Rebrick This challenge, and you were talking about the advent calendars, but I wasn't sure if you were planning to do that alone or if you wanted to partner on a new one. And okay, so Director Naomi. All right, so let me tell you the story about Director Naomi, that sig fig. When I had submitted a film for the, it was for BrickCon, I came in second place. I got an honorable mention for my film. And it wasn't Snakebite. You saw Snakebite. That was my very first film. The second one was a combination of live action, stop motion, 2D animation, all put together. And so I got an honorable mention. And they gave me this trophy, but it had a man with a beard in the director chair. So what I did is I redid the sig fig in there, or the figure in there, and made it a sig fig and put it onto the trophy. So that's where Director Naomi came from. So yes, and happy birthday, Spot the Magic Ninja. That's awesome. And let me just make sure I'm catching up on the chat. The one you just showed. I have the parade also. Oh, okay. Thank you. And the Debonator. Debo, yes. Careful. I think that song is licensed. Yeah, I might get a strike from that. That's part of the reason why we're going over to Rumble too. Yeah, the birthday song is public domain. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm up to date on the chat. So what does a sound as a rabbit make? Since you always do meow. And actually, I had a rabbit for a long time, and they don't really vocalize, but what they do to communicate is they thump their feet. So they'll do a, kind of thing to warn you about something or talk to you or get your attention. So yeah, I had 2 rabbits when I lived in North Carolina. So yeah. So aloha and how aloy la how Magic Ninja. I can't say it. I'm sorry. I tried, but I'm assuming she said happy birthday to you in Hawaiian. And yes, Thumper. That's kind of where Thumper came from. But the other thing that's cool about rabbits is that they do these helicopter flips where they'll jump straight up in the air and then they'll turn midway in the air to face like the other direction. And I thought that was very cool. My rabbits would do that. And the other thing is when the rabbits were sleeping next to each other, one would face one way and the other one would face the other way. So it's kind of like one was looking after each other. Yeah, they were very, very cool. So thank you, everyone. Well, I'm glad that we all could celebrate with you. And mahalo, Vicarious Friction. Everybody's here. Thank you. Okay, so one thing I've mentioned it was kind of a prelude to tech tips. On TikTok, I have a small video where I mentioned if you're going to give this as a gift to somebody, then there is inside the box, that you have all of these and you have the instructions, but this is actually an envelope so what you do is, this is like the Chinese envelopes, the red envelopes, where you put a little bit of cash in here. So what you should be doing is you should open the box first and put some cash in here, and then put everything back in the box. And then on the outside of the box, you'll see it says to and from. So this is meant to be a gift similar to what in the Chinese New Year time, they often give away gifts and such. And oh, look, we have Wednesday Adams here and Enid Sinclair here to supervise as well. So for those of you who don't know, I took portions of the Spice Girls brickheads and have been converting them to characters. So yeah. But anyway, I'm glad you're here, and I hope you're feeling better too, Vicarious Brickstress, because I know you were, I think you had some surgery or something. You're posting on the Women's Brick Initiative, so I hope you're feeling better and that you're recuperating, because that's no fun. It's definitely no fun being a part of that. So this should be a pretty quick stream. What you missed earlier, Vicarious Brickstress, is I'm moving off of Twitch for my evening streams on Sundays, and I'm moving on to Rumble. So rumble.com/Brickanista. And I think I have, let me see if I have it up here earlier, the earlier comment. But yeah, so the whole idea is that many of you know I have not been as comfortable on Twitch. And this is the new platform I'm going to be trying out this evening. So it will be after the football game is over. So, because, and I'm going to get this done before the kickoff is at 3:30 my time. And if you are a football fan like I am going to be cheering on for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's kind of who I'm going to be cheering for. Don't know what you all are, who you're cheering for, but just wanted to let you know that when the Kansas City Chiefs are making a score, I'm going to be very, very excited about that. And by the way, I also had mentioned at the last stream that I also wanted to offer, especially to you regulars, if you wanted to just meet and chat kind of separately off stream, then I am setting up a StreamYard, just a room that it'll say that it's a stream if you were to log in, but it's just like the back room. So what we can do is we can just sort while the game is going, and or just chat or do whatever and talk. And then after that, I'm going to go onto Rumble. So I'm going to start on YouTube. It's going to co-stream YouTube and Rumble at the same time. And then probably about midway through, I'm going to stop the YouTube stream and just finish on Rumble. So it'll be like that for a while. And for those of you who missed it, the reason why is mostly because I just I don't feel comfortable really on on Twitch. I only stream for a couple of hours, where most Twitch streamers will stream there for 4 or 5 hours at a time. So I was really trying to reconcile with that, and it this seems like a good solution that I can work with, and I look forward to seeing where it goes. Who knows. I think that another thing that we heard from Yano when Yano was on the stream the other day is that you can't let trying to make things perfect to get in the way of what you're trying to achieve. And she said it's just better to be productive and make mistakes along the way instead of trying to make sure everything is right before you go and do something. So I'm kind of embracing that philosophy and seeing how things go this evening. So you're welcome to join me there on rumble.com. I did mention earlier that there's several brick streamers over there, but I don't think any of the regular ones, the ones that are doing really well on YouTube, I don't see a lot of them over there. So, and they're multiplying like rabbits. Go winning team. You're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. I never expected to have a rabbit collection, but then Lego made Bugs, Video, Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh, Lola Rabbit, The Creator Rabbit, Friends Magic Sets, Toy Story Rabbit, Gift with Purchase Rabbit. Yeah. And don't forget also you get the rabbit from the Lunar New Year sets too. So, oh no, go Eagles. All right, we're going to have some rivalry there. Well, like I said, if you do want to be on that private StreamYard session, send me an Instagram note and I'll send you the link so that we can, I can't broadcast the game, obviously, but we can each be watching the game and then like chatting while the game is going. Why Kansas City? Because Colors is closest to San Fran. No, it's because I don't really like how the Eagles really trounced our team. I think, having our fourth string quarterback go out with a concussion and our third string quarterback go out with a broken elbow, or not broken, but kind of messed up elbow. That I just think it was not cool. Rumble, as in Foreman, Ali, Rumble in the Jungle. Yeah, yeah. It's like, are you ready to rumble? So, yeah. So we're going to be rumbling over there, and I think rumble can be seen as a different kinds of metaphors, but yeah, that's the platform that we're going to be doing. So let's see. I'm going to catch up on the chat here. Only by not being afraid of making mistakes you can learn. Exactly. Exactly. So. And I knew I left one out. Okay. Yeah. It's Wabbit season. Yes, it is. It is Wabbit season. Holy guacamole spot. I never realized there were so many different Wabbits, right? Oh, SF trouncing. Yes. And it was brutal. It was not, I mean, when your fourth string quarterback goes out, yeah. Brickanista Build. I'm not sure what Beaumaye is. I'll be honest. I'm not hip enough to know what that means, Debo. You're gonna have to translate for me. But yeah. So, but I really appreciate that you all are very enthusiastic about this Rumble platform, because if you followed me from the very beginning, I started on Twitch. And then I added YouTube, started hanging out more on YouTube. But it's been an adventure, and I'm glad that you don't mind like following along on the adventure to see how things kind of continue. But yeah, I'm just whenever there's a new platform, I try to grab the Brickanista handle too, which is another reason why I said, when I was on Reddit, I got to grab the Reddit handle. And so somebody asked me when I sent that sig fig photo of me as a director, that was because of that trophy that I got. It looked like actually the minifig that was in there. It wasn't the what was it? The George Lucas sig fig that was in one of those sets. It was kind of almost a mock-up of that. So I just switched it out because I said, I appreciate the trophy, but I think we're going to make a woman director in it. Might as well be me, right? So that's where that kind of came about. Okay, I'm not paying attention here. I need to put in, let's see. Yes, it says to turn it over. And, okay. Yeah, okay, I need to put one by one plates, one by one black plates. Yeah. So anyway, this whole thing with Rumble, it's been rumbling in my head, and I said, I'm just going to do it. And it goes back to what Yano said, just to, it's better to try and see how it goes than to, be thinking, well, I got to get this right, and I got to get this right. So we'll see what goes from here. But yeah, so going back to the game, I think Kansas City has a good shot. I think it's also the other reason Kansas City, I think if they win, I think it'll be like a back-to-back win. And there's only been a few teams that have done that where they've won 2 in a row. Okay, this is really cute because they're making the feet. And this is where they have one of my favorite pieces, the 1x2 rounded plate and a 1x1. This is what I call a tombstone piece. I know we had this conversation the other day that I called the other one a bread loaf. Right. Blame your opponents when you run out of quarterbacks. Right. Well, I mean, you know they were targeting them. You know it. It was like that was part of their strategy, and I can't really blame them too much, but you got to admit, Purdy for us did an amazing job while he was well. But it looks like he's going to be out for 6 months in recovery, which that's a pretty serious injury. So yeah. All right. So remember, I said I was making these little feet, so you can see those are cute. As Vicarious Bricks just would say, cute. I hope this year the rat we get that many rats. That's not for another like 9 years, because Year of the Rat was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Spot the Magic Ninja comes with a carrot rocket. That what's not to like about that? Yeah, exactly. The Barnyard Commander toy. The record for consecutive wins is 2 and is shared by 7 franchises. Exactly, exactly. So, in a way, I would like to see Kansas City be added to that. So yeah, that's another reason. Steelers and are the only team to do it twice. I thought there was another one. I thought there were 3 when I looked this up. I thought there were 3. I think the Niners might be one of them too, or maybe I'm looking at another statistic, but we'll have to verify that. Maybe if you want to do this like sort while the game is going kind of chat thing, then yeah, we can look it up then. And like I said, send me a private message, and then I'll send you the link to the StreamYard backstage. That's essentially what it is, the StreamYard backstage, and we're not going to go live. We're just going to chat during the game. Okay, I thought there were some more, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. Yeah, but it was interesting that if you're talking about football, that the whole thing about Brady deciding I'm really gonna retire now. I know I said I was last year, but now I am. So I guess he might be a commentator, maybe. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what if he's gonna be in his new role as a commentator. I think that's what he's gonna be doing moving forward, but yeah, that dude. Okay, I'm a little concerned about this. I think I'm missing something. Yeah, I'm missing something because you can see that these are not lining up. These studs are not lining up. All right, what did I miss? What did I miss? Let's see. I think I'm supposed to have a. Am I supposed to have a? It's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, I was supposed to put in a L piece or corner piece. Okay, and hopefully this is correct. And then I could put in the green. See, that's great. Is that we've been building enough that we know when we're making a mistake. It was like, wait a minute, those studs are not lining up. There we go. Okay, I feel better now. I feel much better. Yeah, so a couple things came out of my conversation with Yano. Another one is I haven't done a stop motion animation in a long time. So I think one of my goals is to get back into that and to, really start working on doing more things along those lines. And apparently I put this on backwards. These feet were supposed to be on this side, not here. Okay. Let's see, where's my brick separator? But yeah. So I hope that schedule works out for some of you. I know Hooded One, I'm not streaming as late as normal. You were able to catch me the other day on Thrifty Thursday because I was working on that Monster Jam truck, which took 2.5 hours. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Okay, so apparently they want these here, and then these can go here. I hope Melchadic does a redesign of the snake and sheep to match. Oh, yeah, that would be nice. Definitely. I love Melchadic. You managed to get parts for the years of the rooster, monkey, and dog from Pick a Brick. Oh, cool. That's a good way to do it. And let's see, catch up on the chat here. You've read that Tommy Boy is taking a year off before going to the booth? Oh, yeah. I think he needs to really do some soul searching about, yeah, that probably wasn't the best move. Oh, what's Debo going to try? Let's go back to what's Debo's comment. I wonder if Lego Ideas will let you submit Animal Farm. If you get 10,000 votes, they have to vote on it, right? They have to evaluate it. Among those, Dallas, New England are the only teams to win 3 out of 4 consecutive Super Bowls. Okay, so I guess I must have misunderstood. I thought they won back-to-back. So, but you said 3 out of 4 consecutive Super Bowls. So they didn't win. Okay, I'm confused. So, anyway, this is hilarious. It says that it has not been submitted before. I do have enough pigs. The other one you could do is that Twilight Zone episode where the pigs are in charge. You could do that too. Not backward. Post helicopter hop. Yes. Yes. I think 10% of people will love it. 90% will be like, huh? What are you talking about? No team has won 3 in a row. Okay. Well, I thought there were 3 or 4 teams who had won 2 in a row. So I don't know. When you mentioned that other comment, let's see if I can find it. This one. Okay, 1992 to 1993. So they won those. That's 2 in a row, right? And then New England won 2003 and 2004, which is also 2 in a row. So that's why I said I thought there were several teams that have won 2 in a row, and that Kansas City would be the adding to that list. So I wasn't sure. There are 7 who won 2 in a row. Okay, yeah, I thought there were more. So thank you. But no team has won 3 in a row. Exactly. So if we can get Kansas City to win this one, and then they make it again next year, then that would be cool. Except if the Niners are playing. If the Niners are playing, then of course I would not be cheering for them. I would be cheering for my team. And wow, why am I way off on this? All right, I gotta step back and see what I missed. What did I miss? Let's see. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'll tell you why I'm confused. Is that okay? So look at this photo here. So it looks like this is supposed to be aligned, but I guess it's hanging over, and you can just see the white. That's got to be it. It's confusing, but I guess this is what they want. We're going to go with this. That's what we're going to do. You could also use the pigs to do Upton Sinclair's The Jungle. You could do lots of chains for that. You can have them hanging off of chains. Yeah. Me cannot support the Chiefs. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I know you're an Eagles fan. Sorry about that. Just like I'm a Niners fan, and if like I said, if they were playing against the Niners, there's no way I could definitely I would not be cheering for them. Okay, I see what's happening now. Now it's making sense. Now they're putting together the right things. Okay. All right. Now I feel better. I feel vindicated now. It's like, wait a minute. That's not what it says. It's not what it says. Now, Debo, are you building along with this? Did you say you had this as well? I wasn't sure if you said you did or did not. I love these inverse 1x2 slopes too. So this is a great parts pack if you're not going to keep it. But thanks. I do have enough chains, come to think about it. I mean, the other thing that would be kind of hilarious is if a group of us did the, you know, you were talking about the island of Dr. Moreau, and we were talking about what happens to all of those different friend sets when they rescue the animals. we could do that if we could get enough people to vote for them. You're on page 40. Okay, okay, you're way ahead of me. I'm on page 14. So, okay. But I'm talking while I'm building, which makes a difference. So, yeah, you can just kind of like build and concentrate, which if you notice, whenever we do a mock improv, I'm usually the only one talking. Everybody else is so focused on building. So, all right. And I've been, you know, catching up on the chat and doing all of that. Okay, I think we're doing some more feet here, because whenever you see these little guys, those 1 by 1, and I called these tombstones, but I know, who was it? Glenn was telling me the ones that I call bread loaves, they're actually tombstones. So it's my channel. I can call it whatever I want. So, but these are adorable. I mean, look at this. It's so cute. And then once again, those inverse 1 by 2s are here. So you got this like little leg looking thing, which could also be useful for a stocking if you're thinking Christmas, because then you can just attach this on the bottom of a flat plate if you wanted to make something on a chimney or something. No, I said the tiles were tombstones. Oh, okay. So we agree then. Those are the tombstone pieces. Okay, these are cute. These go here. Very, very cute. So like I said, Debo will be way ahead of me because now I'm on page 18. So, but going back to football. So like I said, my plan is I'm going to be watching it on the app. So I'm going to have a small screen, but I'll have it on my app, and I'll just be sorting while building and chatting with whomever wants to do that. So if you want to, if you don't have any other plans, you just want to talk about the game while we're sorting, then you're welcome to join me. But you need to send me a note that you want the code. Let me know what the code is. All right. So this goes here. I think I did that right. Yeah. You can also call round pizza tiles tombstones. Okay. Yeah, we could. Tombstones, buck teeth, potato. All right. You're on page 46. Great. Just make me feel inadequate. Only I can make myself feel inadequate. Okay, so what's going on here? What did I do? I think I messed this up. All right, what did I do here? Oh, I'm missing, I think, I have this correct. All right, what am I missing? It's like I'm missing a, because this is supposed to go here. So I think I'm missing a 1 by 1. I'm missing a 1 by 1. What did I do? What did I do? I missed something here. Okay, I just supposed to put a 1 by 1 on top. I did do that. Yeah, that's correct. And then I was supposed to, oh, I see. I think I may have put this on the wrong place. Yeah, I put it on the bottom of here instead of the bottom of here. Okay, there we go. And that should fit there. There we go. Okay, we're back. We're back in business. I'm gonna be way behind you, Debo. It's like way behind. But I love these curves. There we go. So not inadequate. Multitasking is hyperdrive. Brickanista, you're awesome. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I need encouragement every now and then. And it's interesting that, we were talking about Mental Health Month last month, and I'm really glad that I get a chance to do that with my friend over there in Brighton, Nick. I hope I get to meet him someday because he put so much work into all those challenges. Because I'm only one of, I don't know, 4 different people who are running challenges that month. But one of the things that he said, and this is a testament to all of you, is he said, I love to invite your community because you have some amazing builders. And it was like, yeah, we do have amazing builders here. And it's great that we all get to hang out together. And we've met through various, ways, either through Tricky Bricks or through Sort Lug or through the Women's Brick Initiative. I mean, there's just so many ways the community can come together. But that was just a really nice compliment that he gave to this group. So kudos to everybody here. You guys are awesome. And I'm just very proud. I'm just proud to be a part of it all. What did I miss here? It's like, oh, here we go. Yeah, talking and chatting and building. Oh my. Your channel is like a rallying point for us. Aw, thank you. This is great. I started building while you were still knowing, so I cheated a bit. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you can build it at the same time. So at least, you can enjoy it at the same time that I am. So, okay. This is interesting because I was hesitating with this because it looks like it's more than a plate tall, but apparently it's not. I'm looking for this 1x2, and oops, I better secure that down. Well, and I think it's the whole idea of fellowship, right? Because I don't get paid to do this, right? So, especially on YouTube. I did get a little bit of payments from Twitch, but it wasn't worth all of the jumping through hoops and such. So in a way, this to me is like volunteer work because I just like hanging out with people and encouraging others to also build, and it's also a great place to make friends. So I'm really grateful for this community. So this is interesting. It's like these are in different ways. I guess I don't know if that's the teeth or if that is like a little bow tie on the rabbit. But yeah. And I'm really looking forward to meeting some of you in person. So I talked with Alexander 23, and he's going to Brick Slopes. I said, "Oh man, I'm gonna miss you because you're not going to any of the 3 cons that I'm gonna be at." I was like, he's gonna be at Brick Slopes. I told him, "Why don't you try going to Brick Rodeo? Because a bunch of us are gonna be there." And he goes, "No, it's too early," because he wants to go in August. And I said, "Oh, well, I totally respect that, but you'll be missed." So I'm hoping we're going to get a bunch of people at Brick Rodeo. I know, Debo, I'm going to miss you because you're going to be at Brick World. And I was thinking about Brick World, but it's super expensive. The hotels up there and also the crowds. There's going to be a ton of people there. And I'm just not good with crowds. I prefer smaller conventions. But someday I'm going to meet you, Debo. Ahoy, Debo and Spot. Brick Jedi is here. Hey, Brick Jedi. Good to see you. And you missed out. Danine's going to Chicago. Yes, I think she is. And also her sister, Dawn. And so Brick Jedi, just so you know, here, I'll put the graphic up again. Some of you may have missed this graphic earlier. But I am, this evening, I will not be on Twitch. I am going to be doing something new. I am going to be going onto Rumble. So what I'm going to do is I will probably be co-streaming on YouTube and Rumble tonight. And on YouTube, I'll just start it just in case people see me on YouTube, and then they know, I'll tell them go over to rumble.com. And that's going to be my schedule moving forward. So 1 o'clock on Sundays, 6 o'clock on Sundays, and then 6 on Tuesdays. But this week is Valentine's Day, so I'm taking that day off. 8 o'clock on Thursdays, and then I'm going to list any Instagram challenges here too. So I'm trying to be better about that. And we were talking about my little director sig fig. I'm going to be using that more. So anyway, that's part of the new plan. And I was inspired by Yano because we were talking, and I have been thinking about this. Many of you know who've seen me on Twitch that I've been trying to decide what to do. And I decided, I'm going to use that time slot and I'm going to try out Rumble, see how that works. So if you're looking for me tonight, that's where I'm going to be. And then also right after this stream for the game at 3:30, I'm going to open up a StreamYard channel just for networking. So it's not going to be streamed live. It's just going to be us hanging out. So if you want to, if you're going to be watching the game and sorting or doing something, just send me a direct message on Instagram, and then I'll send you the link. And then that way we can just kind of hang out while the game is happening. But yeah, so new things on the horizon because as Yano said, you can't let getting perfect or trying to be perfect get in the way, of doing things. And you all have been also encouraging to me, and I appreciate you saying this is a rallying point. So, if we can inspire each other, that's always a good thing. And I enjoy this as well, just having this little community that we can hang out with together. I'm looking for a 2x2. 2x2, there it is. Where is it? Where does this go? All right. Let me catch up on the chat again. Oops. Gonna build some monkeys. 11031. Okay. Rabbit built. This thing is cute AF. Yeah. And speaking of AF, the hashtag that Russell Brand uses in his community is hashtag stay free AF. So yeah, I think it's hilarious. And like I was mentioning at the top of the stream, I've been inspired by him because of how he streams. I don't agree with all of his content, but I just think that Rumble is a platform that I want to try. And it's linked to locals.com, which I made an account about a year ago and haven't really used it. And why is this not aligning? Oh, I'm using the wrong curve. This is what I call the stapler curve. This 1x3. If you put a 1x3, in fact, here's one. If you put a 1x3 plate right under that, it looks like a baby stapler. So that's why I call it the stapler curve. But yeah, we all have our pet names for things, right? I did a mock for Tricky Bricks one time where we were supposed to do, I think, real world objects. So I did a bunch of those tiny staplers. And Chubbin was a stapler inspector, I think. It was silly. It was a silly little mock, but it was fun. And yeah, and this thing does look cute AF. I agree. Definitely cute. All right. I think that's the butt. Is that the butt? Yep, I was right. That's the butt. It's the butt. So, oops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What did I do? It's like these legs. All right. That's another thing. When you're streaming, you have to hold it for the camera, right? So that makes it also harder. I could never hope to have perfect get in the way. Too busy being subpar. Yeah. I am excellent at being subpar. So, are those stapling babies to the wall, or is that too dark for this hour? No, we're not stapling babies to the wall. It is probably too dark for 2 o'clock in the afternoon for me. Probably not for you though. It's what, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock for you over there? I've always called one by ones pips. Don't know where or why I started that. Oh, yeah, I don't know. What is a pip? Is a pip sounds like it's a nickname for something I've heard before. What is that? I want to say a candy, maybe? Okay, so we have these, and we're doing some more curvature on the back. Ah, these feet are coming off. Yeah, that's why it's always I always admire people who can sculpt. So if you remember Lego Masters and the sculpting that they did on that Mikey character, the dog, oh my God, that was so beautiful. They did such a great job on that. Brendan and Greg. I mean, those guys are so talented. That's why I was so sad when they got eliminated. I was like, no. And it was extended. It was like, no, no, not them. That was the team I was cheering on, and it was like, oh well. Guess my prediction is not coming true. Okay, so this is the body, and now we're going to be working on the head. And what's great about these is that the head fully swivels. And I think we had this discussion when we made the tiger. I think we said it was a combination of a tiger and an owl because it could rotate its head all the way around. But yeah, and this is nice. They have these pieces in this blue, which is really unusual. Usually I've seen them in white and light gray and some other colors, but yeah. Interesting. I've been doing it since the 80s, so maybe that's it. Oh, does she have an answer? Dominoes? Pip dot on a die. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I got to catch up on this. 23:05 now. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty late for you. So there's the pips, dominoes, one by one, plates, tiles, bricks, round, square. Gladys, Nexo, Knight, and the pips. That's what I love about this group too, is that especially this set of people right now that you're big into puns, which is great. I have to say, Brandon Brickhive was very excited to be part of this stream because you guys made it so much fun. Interesting. I've been doing it since the 80s, so maybe that's it. Okay. All of the above. I'll call them square pips, flat pips. So, I like Gladys Nexo Knights and the pips, though. Doing what? Naming those small one by ones pips. I have a tendency to call a 2x1 a 2-banger and a 3x3 a 3-banger. Okay. Wow. Calling them that. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm caught up. Yeah, I think it's interesting, our little nicknames. You already heard me call that one a tombstone piece, which probably is not the correct name. It's probably something like a 1x1 tile curve with one curve, something like that. But we all have our little nicknames for things. Okay, I guess we're doing another sub build. Let's see. Oh no, I take that back. We're building on top of this. What am I doing? We want a 2x2 in white. Oops. There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have any other nicknames for things. Like I said, I call this a telephone curve because it looks like a handle of a telephone. I know that's not the correct term, but it works for me. All right, so I'm on page 37 now to kind of give you a sense of where we are. And what I love about these booklets is that it gives you the, how far along you are. So we're a little more than halfway through. All right. But yeah, if you go onto Rumble, there are a few Lego streamers over there. So, hold on. Okay, they told me to flip it over upside down for some reason. Okay. But yeah, I have no idea where this is going to go. I might be there a long time. I might, say that's not for me. Well, we'll see. But I can tell you, I've been on Twitch now for almost a little over 2 years, and it's definitely not a platform that works for me because I like streaming, so I like having the interaction with the chat and everything, but I just think there's that added pressure of rating people and putting up emotes and creating new emotes and having prizes and stuff, and it's just like I just want to build. I just want to build and chat. I do prizes every now and then too, celebrations, but I just think sometimes with Twitch it's constant, especially the emote part, but that's part of what it is. So I just said, sometimes I'm glad to be part of that culture though, because I've met some really nice people. One of them, who's one of my favorite people, is Nathan, who goes by Shock the Toast. And what's cool about Nathan, and some of you may not think this is cool, but he is he will take prayer requests, and then he does this on Twitch. So if you're watching him stream, and he does gaming, he does Lego, he does a bunch of things, and then kind of towards the end of his stream, he'll take prayer requests. So when my dad was having a hard time, and I was, I would watch Spot, or not Spot, Shock the Toast, and he would ask if we had any special prayer requests, and I was always asking for him to pray for my dad because he was in a really rough spot. I mean, I'm still amazed at how my dad has recovered from his injury. I mean, he could not move his arms at all. He couldn't feed himself, and he was in the hospital for a whole month. And just the fact that he is now driving, by the time I left, I was there for 10 weeks. By the time I left, he had just started walking without a cane. But when I brought him to the car from the hospital, he was in a wheelchair. He was able to feed himself at that point, but he was not able to walk. And we were really worried. And so I would go on to Spot the Magic Ninja stream, or I keep saying Spot the Magic Ninja, Shock the Toast. I would keep going on Shock the Toast stream. And then when he came to the prayer request portion, I always asked him to pray for my dad. And he doesn't live too far from where I'm at. He's about 3 hours away. He lives in what they call the Tri-City area, which is in eastern Washington. And he's going to be at Bricks Cascade. So I've met him before a couple times, but just, like I said, the people you meet through various platforms, it's just really, really nice. And he's, like I said, he's one of my favorite people. Just a super, super nice guy. And just, nice, generous person too. Okay, I think we've got this kind of bottom or top section of the face. We're getting ready to finish the face. Sounds like I must be streaming in my sleep. I know. I'm sorry. I kept saying your name. I think it's because I see your name in the chat, and but I'm thinking of Nathan and Shock the Toast while I'm talking. So I think that's part of me multitasking at the same time. Makes it hard. Okay. This is very complex, but it's going to be amazing and cute AF, as Devo said. And more of these. Yeah, and going back to Shock, so when I first had to go visit my dad in the hospital, I had to, pretty much pack in a couple hours and leave right away. And I had called Shock and I said, "Hey, I'm driving through your area in about, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour." And I said, we were supposed to be part of this gift exchange with this group over here. And I said, "Can I, leave these with you? Can I leave these gifts with you?" And he was happy to meet me. And he watched, Que Sera, or no, was that, I take that back. I first saw him when I picked up Que Sera. That was the first time. The second time is when I had to drop off the gifts to him. But it was kind of like, yeah, I can meet you, no problem. It's like, that was so nice. Yeah, super, like I say, super, super nice guy. And I met him through Twitch. So I've met at least everybody in the chat. I've either met you through Tricky Bricks, the Women's Brick Initiative, and I think, let me see. Oh, Alexander 23 is here. Hey, how's it going? We were just talking about you earlier, that you're going to be going to Brick Slopes, so I'm not going to see you there, so I'm bummed. But to avoid streaming in your sleep, make sure you visit the toilet before bed. Oh my God, sorry, I couldn't resist. Oh my God, that's funny. Well played, Devo. Does this mean Tyler Durden isn't real? Spot with bangers and pips. Debo with 1x, 2x, and Brickanista with staplers and telephones. Exactly. Isn't bangers potatoes? Yes, bangers and mash, right? No, bangers is actually sausages. So bangers are sausages and mash are the potatoes. So anyway, yeah, we all have our different lingo for what we do. And speaking of telephones, here's my telephone curve that's going to go right here. So yeah, we all use our own terminology. And in fact, since you're here, this next piece is one of Debo's favorite pieces, which is the top clip. This thing, I think he says he uses in just about every build that he does. And I have asked you, Debo, hopefully we'll be able to set up a time, but I would love for you to do a 2-minute tech tip for folks. I've been having people do 2-minute tech tips, and then we interview them as part of Builder Insights. So we'll have to set up a time. But if you haven't followed Debo and some of his various builds, that man is a building machine. So, yeah, you've been very prolific in your builds and very impressive too. I guess I should add that. I guess you could be prolific and not good, but he's prolific and good. So, let's see if I catch up on this. Okay, we talked about bangers. And bangers and mash, also known as sausages and mash, is a traditional British dish consisting of sausages served with mashed potatoes. Yes, indeed. Same thing with shepherd's pie. That has lots of mashed potatoes in it too. But that one is a, if I remember right, shepherd's pie also has peas in it. And there's another British dish which has mashed potatoes and peas. I think it's called something and squeak. like Bubbles and Squeak or something like that. It's a very strange term, but it reminds me of when you said Pips, something about Squeak. I'll have to look that up. I remember I learned that term. Oops, I almost put that on upside down. I learned that term from a show I was watching called Chopped, and they were making. They had to make something, and she says, "I'm making something and Squeak." Glove clips, bar studs, top clip. Yep, exactly. Yeah, you definitely do that. Thinking about a tech tip. Faux show. Good. Thank you. What is black pudding? Oh, is that bobble and squeak? That's it. Yeah, bobble and squeak. Bubble and squeak is a British dish made from cooked potatoes and cabbage mixed together and fried. Yes. Yes. I remember potatoes was in there. I thought peas were in there too, but I might be thinking about something else. Yeah, the British love their potatoes. Bubbles and squeak. Does that dish give you gas? It might. More telephone curves, by the way, going in here. That's what we should do is we should like have a virtual potluck where we bring dishes that have weird names. The weird name potluck. And it's not really a potluck if you're having it virtually, right? Because you're only eating your own dish. You're not really sharing it with other people. But yeah, that is funny. Black pudding is a sausage. Oh, interesting. Cabbage is definitely gas inducing. Oh my God. It's a distinct regional type of blood sausage, originally originating in the United Kingdom and Ireland. Pork or beef blood, ugh, with pork fat or beef suet and a cereal. Sounds lovely. Oatmeal, oat groats, or barley groats. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Ew, pudding. You can't eat your meal if you don't have your pudding. Oh, no. That's a really great reference to The Wall, right? That's from the Pink Floyd album. Yeah, that's a classic. I actually went to the concert, The Wall, many, many years ago when Pink Floyd was, I think, where was I? That was San Francisco, I think. It's going way back, way, way back. All right, so another one of these telephone curves. And it's interesting that they have us doing it this way. But I remember, even though the wall doesn't reference, so we're back to the pigs. Remember in Animals, I think it was Pink Floyd Animals, um, during the Wall concert, they brought out this giant inflatable pig that floated around the auditorium. And from what I can tell, it probably was anatomically correct. I don't know for sure, but it looked like it could possibly be anatomically correct. So anyway, it was kind of hilarious. You know, if you think about you're watching this concert and it's The Wall, and also Pink Floyd was doing some other songs. I think they also did some songs from Dark Side of the Moon. But I remember when the pig came out, I was just like, "You've got to be kidding me." Balut is so gross. Oh, that sounds gross. Yuck, blood. We have a dish made with blood, sometimes called chocolate meat. Ugh. Yeah, no kidding. How is it then when the British say pudding, chips, or biscuits, we're no longer speaking the same language? Yeah, exactly. No kidding. I saw it on Bad Friends and Tiger Belly. Just looking at it made my stomach turn. Yeah, let's change the subject. Let's because don't forget I'm also a vegan, so I haven't eaten like at one point when I was in Scotland visiting, I did try their haggis, which I thought wasn't too bad, but it always depended on where you got it from. Because some places seasoned it well and other places didn't. So the ones that seasoned it well, it was, you know, it was actually quite tasty. But other places, it was just like, yeah. There's a reason why I don't eat sheep's stomach. But, you know, the Scots are, you know, pretty interesting with their food choices. Where is it? There it is. All right, we're almost done. We're getting close to done. It's now this is mostly shaping and such. Balut is fertilized developing egg embryo is boiled and steamed and eaten from the shell. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me. Uh, I'm going to have a nice vegan meal when I'm done here before the game. Which, by the way, it's at 2:25. Yeah, we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. We're gonna be okay. But yeah, I guess, you know, we think of them as strange, but of course, culturally, it's very important for them, you know, that, but yeah, sheep's stomach is not something that I would consider, gee, there's a sheep running around. Let's take its stomach and fill it full of different seasonings and such. It'll be tasty, trust me. Appetite suppressed. Right, exactly. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we're getting close to getting the face put together. I do like the colors on this because this reminds me of my dog. Because Que Sera has very similar coloring with the black and white on the face a little bit. Very cute. Very, very cute. And all of these little slopes. Look at that. You can see the faces coming together. Those whiskers is that's very clever the way she did the whiskers too. Yeah, like I said, we all have our different different cultural norms. All right, so we're putting these tombstone pieces in again. Very cute. Very, very cute. Aw. Oops. I got a hair stuck in there. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. I remember that happened one time and I was taking a photo and there's like a hair stuck in my mock. And it's like, oh, I got to redo that. Okay. So they want pink up here. Oh, look at that. That's so cute. Cute. Black and white corgi. She's black, white, and tan. So yeah, she's a tricolor is what they call her. My father loved Pink Floyd. Yeah, yeah, Pink Floyd is great. That's I don't know. There's several bands that I think made a huge impact on the world, and I think Pink Floyd is one of them. And you know, they talk about rock operas. I think Brick in the Wall is definitely, I think, a rock opera, or not the Brick in the Wall, just the Wall, the whole album. But I really like Dark Side of the Moon. I could listen to Dark Side of the Moon over and over again. That is just an amazing album. And also, it just talks about societal norms as well. We were talking earlier about that with Rumble. But yeah, that it's an amazing, amazing album. Let's see. I'm looking for, I guess, an inverse. There it is. So this must be, I think, part of an ear. Taking a picture of a build is the best way to find imperfections. Yeah. 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 I guess, you know, we all have our mistakes, and it goes back to what we were saying earlier. You can't let the mistakes get in the way of your productivity. So Yano it was a really good conversation. It's reminded me of some of the things I've been meaning to do or wanted to do, but have been waiting to get it right. And one of them has been this whole thing with Rumble and locals and trying to figure that all out. So yeah. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with locals, but I have the account, and I was thinking that, there might be some things that might be fun to do. Like one thing that we talked about with Yano was having almost like a lifestyle blog, but with Pandy Panda as the main character. So you can imagine Pandy. It's like Pandy's. I think we were talking about Pandy's Place or Pandy's Pad, and yeah. So I'm playing around with that idea too. So stay tuned for that, and that probably will be on Rumble as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to try to do that on YouTube, or maybe just take Rumble as my starting point. Okay, so how do they want these? And it looks like, okay, so one goes in here and one goes in here, right? Cute! Cute! Hello! I'm the rabbit head. Okay, and now we can put the rabbit head on here. And once again, it's part owl because it can turn its head all the way around. I love Pink Floyd. People overlook the Barrett stuff. Like fingerprints and mold marks and misaligned pips. Yeah, exactly. Hooray for Sid Barrett. Yeah, I think that okay, so now we got to work on the platform, but the rabbit is done. Very, very happy with the rabbit. It's cute. Cute AF. Yeah, like I said, I think the Lego community as a whole has been a lot of fun. And people gravitate to different streamers for different reasons, and I'm really thankful for all of you, because you make me laugh. And like I said, when I was having my struggles with my dad when I was traveling, I was still streaming, and I always looked forward to the streams because I knew that it was kind of a break, where I could focus on Lego and not think about all the other things happening in my life at the time. And there was a lot of stress there, and I still worry about my parents, and there's lots to think about. I almost went down there. If the Niners were going to be in the Super Bowl, I was thinking about going down there because it's right in Arizona today. But I said, no, it's expensive now. I don't know if you've priced out airfare, but my God, airfare is so expensive now. You can get some, discount tickets like on short hops, but I'm planning a trip out to Raleigh in June. In fact, I should tell you this, Alexander 23, I'm going to be in North Carolina the first weekend in June. So if you want to meet in person, I won't be able to go down to Charlotte, but if you want to come up to Raleigh, I will send you the details. So anyway, yeah, I'm planning a big event with a friend of mine. In fact, you may have seen her. She's been on the show before, Kathy. So Kathy and I are planning a big thing, and should be taking place sometime June, early June. So yeah. But I was pricing out the flights, and I was like, oh my God, it's expensive. Yeah, and then there's also the flight going out to Houston in August. So yeah, oops, I'm sorry. I was like way out of frame there. All right, let's see. Where are we? Where are we? Let's see. Yeah, I haven't been to North Carolina. I was sending a note to my friend. I haven't been to North Carolina in 8 years, seven or 8 years. But I have a lot of friends over there, so I've been sending them notes saying, "Hey, I'm going to be in town. If you want to meet, let me know." So that'd be awesome. Keep me informed. Yes, I will. Definitely. I'd like to try an East Coast con in a year or two. Yes. In fact, the one that I'm thinking about is Brick Fair, Virginia, because that one is kind of close to DC. And that one sounds like it's a lot of fun and a lot of people go to that. Okay, I think we're almost done. I think that was it. Make sure. See, I got another hair in there. What's the deal with my hair? Why is my hair in my MOCs all the time? There we go. Get that out of there. All right, let's try this again. All right, any more hair in here? I took a photo once where I did have my hair on there, and I think it was Dawn who said, "I'm glad I'm not the only one who has hair in their MOCs." Let's see, this one, is that right? Let's see. All right, I think that's correct. So there we go. In a little more than a month, flying to Japan. Oh, that's right. Oh, you're going to have so much fun. You're going with your photography group, right? Oh, that sounds great. You do you, but I'm not sure I'd want to visit a city with the Super Bowl happening unless maybe I was on the other side of town. Well, I think it's happening in Tempe, Arizona, and my parents are north of that. So I think they'll be okay. But yeah, you're right. Being in the middle of a Super Bowl town. But I went to the 50th Super Bowl. I wasn't actually at the Super Bowl, but I went to San Francisco when they were having the 50th, and they had Super Bowl town where they blocked off this area downtown and near the ferry building. Oh my God, it was so much fun. It was so much fun just watching the parades, and yeah, it can be a good time. All right, so let me catch up on the chat here. And hair under stickers is the worst. Yeah, that's true. I plan to take a train for the solar eclipse trip. You're taking a train? Is it in Hawaii? Is the solar eclipse going through Hawaii? If not, also, Glenn knows about this. 2024, Austin, Texas. That I'm planning a trip out there for the solar eclipse. I got a Super Bowl yesterday at the Five and Dime. It's swell. Okay, my friends, I think we are done with this. This is a great little gift with purchase. I try to get it every year, and that's why I was so glad that I was able to get one. And mental note, keep my hair off of the build space. I have to remember that. But I just want to look at the extra pieces to make sure that I didn't miss anything. But I think all of these are unique. Yeah, they look unique. So these are the spares. Oh, if you want to know what this is, what I was doing is I'm getting ready to do a tech tip for this Tuesday, and it's Valentine's Day. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek. So I'm going to talk about the MMBs, which are called the monthly mini builds. And Lego used to do these regularly, and they post the instructions on the website, and they had a special section called monthly mini builds. Well, they took out that section, but you can still get the instructions. And this one is called the Wishing Well, or the Wish Fountain. Sorry, the Wish Fountain. And so I just kind of put the parts together, but the tech tip is actually with the baby. So here's the tech tip, is that you can take a pip, a 1x1 round pip, since we're talking new language here. Oops, let's see if I can get this off. Okay. So you take a 1x1 round pip, and the baby will hold that. So you have to kind of slide it in and get, oops, no. Okay, let me grab another pip. It has to be a round one. It can't be a square one. All right, let's do this again. So you have a 1x1 round dot, or not dot, round stud. And the baby will have just enough clutch power to hold it between its hands. So you have to kind of work through it. It's like, of course, since I'm being recorded, it's cooperating. All right, there we go. Okay, so you can hold a stud there. And what I was doing is I was looking at different studs that you can put, or different 1x1 rounded plates that you can put on top. And I found this dot, which is a little heart, a square. And you can fit that right on top. So your baby now is giving a Valentine card. So that's your tech tip of the week. Monthly mini builds and putting together this little baby character so the baby can be near the fountain giving you a Valentine. So anyway, I gotta work out the video. I won't have all of this distraction in the background, but that's the plan. Is the tip is that you can fit a 1x1 stud in between the baby's hands. So I know it's not that big of a tech tip, but I think not a lot of people know about the monthly mini builds that you can find on the Lego site. Pip is going to be a thing now. Yeah, maybe we should mention that. It said pips. Put a little pip on there. Yeah. Aloha, Spot. Enjoyed chatting. Okay, you take it off. All right. We'll see you later. Thumbs up, everybody, for rock and roll. Yes. West Coast to San Antonio train. Oh, okay, for the solar eclipse. Okay, so you're going to be in San Antonio. Okay. Well, we're going to have to plan, because if you're coming all the way from Hawaii, maybe we should go to San Antonio. I don't know. I'll touch base with you. Brick 3 round trip, Osaka, Hiroshima, Kyoto, Tokyo. Wow. Wow. That's a big trip. So you're going to love it, though. Especially for me, of those places you've named, Kyoto is probably my favorite. Osaka is nice, too. Tokyo is really big and very crowded, so be careful while you're there. Anyway, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say thank you, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you do want to watch the Super Bowl and sort and just kind of chat while the game's going, please send me a Instagram message, and then I will send you the link. And I will be back at 6:37-ish. Let's just say 7 to be safe. That what I'll do is I'm going to co-stream on Rumble and YouTube, and then I'll cut the YouTube channel and just finish on Rumble. So I'm thinking about a couple different sets that I have. So we'll chat through that later on tonight. But yes, if you're ready to rumble, come join me tonight. And, oh, let me check on the chat some more. Pip is a lot better than calling the studs, which I did up to the beginning of the stream. I no longer have to say aloud, I need that stud. Let me grab a stud. Where did I put that stud? Okay, we can start making it a thing. Let's do that. Mahalo for the fun, enjoyable company. Happy Hawaiian hugs. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Aloha, Debo. Y'all have a fantastic night. Yes, thank you, everybody. Really appreciate all of you. Thanks so much. And please remember you're listening to the Brickanista Broadcast Network here on YouTube. Please remember to like and subscribe to the stream. I don't even know if they have subscriptions over in Rumble. I'll have to check. But yeah, Rumble will be a first thing that we're doing tonight for the first time. And I'm going to put a note on Twitch for the Twitch people who follow me just to say, hey, I'm over on Rumble. So if you're trying to find me here, I won't be there. And if you want to send fan mail, Brickanista Broadcast Network, P.O. Box 31956, Seattle, Washington, 98103. Thank you so much, everybody. You guys have been great. I really appreciate you all. Glenn, Spot, Hooded One, Alexander 23, Vicarious Bricksters, Debo. Anybody who might be listening later, Hooded One, anybody who's watching and wants to continue to follow me. I'm really Brickanista on pretty much every platform, so look for me there. And I look forward to seeing you at the next time. And as they say on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, thank you, good night, and may the clutch be with you. Take care. Bye. See ya.